This FWT Live broadcast of the 2013 Formula Kart Productions Florida Winter Tour is presented exclusively by Ocala Grand Prix. Check them out online at ocalagrandprix.com. Go green, or turn out the lights, and we are racing. We are racing in Micromax, and I have a feeling we're going to see some penalties in that one, ladies and gentlemen, as that was a pretty ragged-looking start in Micromax, and we are racing. Up front, it looks like Tavella has hung on to that, but I believe that the Brazilian Peixoto has moved into second, but now with pressure, and I think that may be Matthew Latifi. It's hard to see. Our cameraman having a little struggle there. No, actually, that may be Harry Colton that moved up there, but look at that. A big move by that driver in the blue suit. I think that's Nicholas D'Orlando. We'll find out when they come back across the broadcast booth. Out front, that is the number 14 of that's the 18 of Matthew Latifi leading. Then the 78 of Harry Colton. The 78 of Harry Colton second. Dylan Tavella, our pole sitter, down to third. Guilherme Peixoto in the fourth spot, and Nicholas D'Orlando rounding out the top five as they made their way across the stripe. D'Orlando under pressure now, and I believe that's going to be Sebastian Rodriguez, and it looks like Rodriguez goes by. I'm fairly certain Rodriguez picked up that spot and moved into the fifth spot. Back to the stripe now. Your leader, Latifi, back to the tree turn, I should say. Followed closely by Harry Colton now. Colton closing the gap up to our leader as they make their way through the carousel. A slight gap back to Tavella, and then a slight gap back to the 99 of Peixoto. Peixoto's moving up. Rodriguez gets by D'Orlando, as I suggested, and now the leader under serious pressure from Harry Colton. Those guys dodging those big water spots up in turn 2 and 3. Based on what I can see, that's one of the few places on this track where they get really serious water retention. The curbs here at Ocala Grand Prix are quite substantial, and so some of those retain that water heavily. Again, the scheduled distance, 16 laps. Your leader's back across the stripe. Latifi running a slightly shallow defensive line as they start working lap 4 of the scheduled 16. Harry Colton very close now under the Canadian's bumper. Colton with a lot of family watching over in the UK. Speaking of that, I probably need to go look. Oh, we got 12 shout-outs, and my apologies. For you sending in shout-outs, I'll try to get that snuck in here while we're not seeing too much action. Still watching the leaders online. Pauline writing in a shout-out to Nick Neri from all your friends at the Angelus. Ken Detzner writing in at about 11:30 saying clear weather on the way. Hey, Ken, where is that? Because it's now 2:15 in the afternoon, and it is not clear here, my friend. But we appreciate you writing in. A shout-out to Good Luck Justin. We're watching from home in Pennsylvania. Grandma and Elmer, we love you, so I'm apologizing for not getting that in quickly enough. Andres Fonseca from Nico in Costa Rica. Side-by-side action now as we've fallen back a little further into the field. I believe that is Nicholas. No, that is not. That is our leader in second place still. So that is Latifi. And my apologies, I'm kind of multitask here. Colton momentarily into the lead back in the back part of the racetrack, but Latifi takes it back immediately. Now they're side-by-side, almost side-by-side, coming out of the carousel. And they make their way down into turn 1. Once again, Latifi running a shallow entry, and then Colton trying that outside-inside move up into turn 2. So far, that has not worked for him, man. He is looking inside and outside. Harry Colton trying hard to get by the young Matthew Latifi. A strong run for that young man this weekend here in Ocala. Let's go, Andres from Costa Rica. You can win the race from Nico Ramirez, national champion and Micromax of Costa Rica. Luke Sariel, former Rotax world champion, riding into us. Wish you were here with us, buddy, and we are doing our best to stay dry. Not working out too good right now. A shout-out from Mauricio Ramirez for Felipe Vargas and Danny Formal and Senior Costa Ricans rock. That's from Mauricio Ramirez riding in from Costa Rica. And Nico raced with us in the Palm Beach round, says he wishes they could be there to race with us again in Ocala, as do we, my friend. So my friend Eduardo Schiavon riding in to help me out with Guilherme's enunciation, but I'm sorry, Biddy. I'm sorry, Eduardo. I'm just massacring that poor young man's name. Peixoto, I believe, is correct. Guilherme. I'm never going to get that, man. Good race at the front here. I'm looking back a little further in the field. And a little bit of separation, but everybody close enough that even the slightest mistake in these conditions, and we're going to have some changes. Yeah, I agree, Mary Coulton. I mean, not so much in the rain conditions. Yesterday was absolutely off the charts racing here in the Florida Winter Tour. And Mary Coulton riding in from the UK saying love to Harry from Grandma and Grandpa. We'll try to say that again once he gets off the track. Right now, as you can see, he's doing a great job. He has himself in the right position to win this race, and we'll look forward to see if he can do that. Miguel Gronsall, Formula Kart Racing Tag Masters driver, writes in that says, God loves Formula Tag Racing, and we had perfect weather all weekend. And he is not kidding. I'll tell you, Miguel will tell you, we had absolutely Chamber of Commerce weather here last weekend during the Formula Kart racing portion of the Florida Winter Tour. But, hey, we got some pretty good racing this weekend as well, Miguel, and we're hoping the weather is going to clear. In fact, I'm going to take a moment while our racing has kind of faded a little bit here in Micromax to go check the weather report again, because based on what I've been seeing, we should see this front slide past us here. It's just got a little too much north in it, and we keep just barely hanging on to the edge of this rain. And that, unfortunately, looks like it's going to continue based on what I'm seeing right here. So if we can get just even the slightest easter drift out of this rainstorm, we'll have clear skies, because it's literally on the weather map I'm looking at. You can see part of Ocala in the clear and part of it still in the rain, and the rain's slipping off towards the northeast with a little too much north in it. So let's keep our fingers crossed that sometime in the very near future we're going to see all this rain go away completely. Actually, looking outside, I think it has stopped raining, and we just have overcast conditions now. So let's hope the rain has stopped, and maybe we'll even get a little bit of lightning, not lightning, but the sky will get lighter is what I'm trying to say, and we'll get a little track drying going on here. All right, back to where we are, because I'm not sure how many laps we got in here. I know Harry Coulton has been very patient trying to figure out a way by the young Canadian. And, boy, he gets beside him on the entry to turn 2. Can't quite get there, though. They are working lap 11 of the scheduled 16 laps. And so Coulton trying to get by. Peixoto still in the 3rd spot, Rodriguez in 4th, and Bramante has moved up into the 5th spot, so Nicholas D'Orlando has dropped back into 6th, and Bramante up into 5th. Yellow flag flying down in turn 7. I didn't see a car down there anyway, but it is a waving yellow flag, in fact, showing. And I'm trying to see why that is, as there is a double flashing yellow light and a waving yellow flag. Both of those are indications of a pretty intense incident in that corner that drivers should be aware of. So we had apparently a car inside the barriers on the racetrack that was stopped down at 7, and it has now been cleared. And thank you to my producer, Michael Scott Wright, for jumping up and finding out what's going on down there. We've got a pretty good view from the Weirdness Scout broadcast booth here at Ocala Grand Prix, but occasionally there's some big oak trees right here near us that we can't see exactly into every single spot from the broadcast booth. Again, if you've never been to Ocala Grand Prix, it's a beautiful facility located inside a big grove of big water oak trees that are part of Florida's geography. You can see those big oak trees in the background in the shot online right now. They are huge trees, and they dot all around in the the Ocala Grand Prix facility. So while I was running my mouth, I didn't notice that Harry Colton has gone to the point here. He got by Matthew Latifi and now is actually opening up a pretty substantial lead. So there are going to be some very happy people in the United Kingdom right now. Hey, throw back a pint for me in celebration. I'm a black and tan guy myself, so throw one back for me. Celebrate Harry Colton as he goes to the front. And looking at the laps now, Harry will open up lap 14. So if my screen is showing me correctly, Harry will get the 2 to go next time by. And he has opened up a pretty substantial gap, almost a full second now over the Canadian Latifi. Two to go, ladies and gentlemen. Well, while I can't say this is one I will send you to watch on the archives, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you that Harry Colton and his tuners and family will be as excited as if it was one of the most competitive races in the history of the Florida Winter Tour. As he makes his way through the turn 7, the tree turn as we call it here in Ocala. Next time by, he will see the white flag. And we'll see if that young man can hold on for the victory here in Ocala. Our flagman, Matt Mays, showing him the white flag. Harry's got his head down. He's taking a long look up ahead of him there to make sure there's nothing waiting in his way. The gap at the line that time by 1.6 seconds. So Harry's throwing down some quick laps here as he pulls away from Latifi. Matthew Latifi comfortably in the second spot. No pressure there at all for the young man. That'll be another very happy crew as young Matthew Latifi has shown really, really good improvement during his time here at the Winter Tour. And I'm sure he'll be ready for a solid year of competition when he goes back to Canada. I'm sure racing the Eastern Canadian Karting Championships as well as the Canadian Nationals. And we'll look forward to seeing them there as we always go to the Canadian Nationals each year. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, Harry Colton, takes home the win. Latifi coming across in second. You'll hear me. Peixoto rounds out the podium in Sunday's final. Giovanni Bramante fourth, Sebastian Rodriguez coming home in the 5th spot, Dylan Tavella 6th, David Morales 7th, Jack Doohan 8th, Nicholas D'Orlando 9th, and Luke Finnis coming home in 10th. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to move into, well, not really my absolute pleasure because I hate the last race of the year. All the excitement's over for FWT in 2013 except for crowning today's winners and the champions, and that's a bittersweet moment for me. But my understanding is that we now have all 3 of our daily top 3 in our Micromax category, so we're going to move to the daily presentation of that right now. Sponsored by our good friends at GT7 Motorsports. I'm looking forward to seeing them later this year when we make our way up into New York State for some fun with our friends from GT7. And they are our sponsor here in the Micromax category. Solid run today for this young man. He's going to be on the podium for the second time here at the Florida Winter Tour. The Brazilian in the third spot, Guilherme Peixoto. Peixoto. Once again, a solid run for this young man. And I tell you, he came into the season almost a rookie, very little time here, but very quickly now has made his way up onto the podium in one of the most prestigious Micromax race programs in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for second place. Matthew Latifi is second. Very excited young man there. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please move away from the camera, please. Thank you very much. We've got to keep that clear. Hey, another exciting race and another excited race winner. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Harry Coulton wins again. All right, Harry. You know, congratulations first off, buddy. Pretty exciting to get a win. I tell you, does it mean any more when you get additional wins? I mean, is it even better?
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I tell you, you had a good race today, a lot of excitement. Was it fun racing with these kids today?
Yeah, I felt like I had a lot of competition.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Everybody at the end of the day just wants to have a good race, right?
Yeah.
No doubt. Tell us who's helping you here this weekend to come home on top of the podium.
I had MRP, Tim Lowball, my mom, my dad. I had AM Engines, Ariel Castor, and then I had my friends and family from home watching me, giving me support, and then I had Gary Lowball for giving me support.
Congratulations. A great win for that young man and a great podium presentation as well. Harry Coulton is your winner here in Micromax. Coming home second, Matthew Latifi and Guilherme Peixoto, the Brazilian, coming home in third. All right, coming up next, sponsored by our good friends at GT7 Motorsports. We're happy to have them with us, and they had a banner year in the category Micromax Championship coming at you, ladies and gentlemen. So pay attention, guys and gals. Up, 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 listen up. Coming home in the third spot, I'm sure they're super happy for it. The number 14, Dylan Tavella, is third. Dylan, congratulations, man. Dylan, tell me, you want to say thank you to anybody for getting you up on the championship podium?
Yep. My mom and dad, Charlie, Daniel, Disco Dan, and GT7, and Iron Rock Motorsports.
Congratulations, young man. A good job in the third spot, Dylan Tavella. I got to see a very, very happy young man yesterday on the podium, and now we see him again here at the Florida Winter Tour Championship podium from Brazil. It's Guilherme Peixoto. Guilherme. Congratulations. In Portuguese?
Yeah. Thank you, my mom, my dad, mechanic, Gustavo and Wesley, my Legré, and Engenho Pita.
And in Portuguese. Go ahead.
Obrigado pelo meu pai, pela minha mãe, pelo Legré, pelo Gustavo, pelo Wesley e pelo Engenho Pita.
Congratulations. Second spot, Guilherme Peixoto. And I'm getting closer on that. Hey, there can only be one champion in the Micromax. You stand on top of this box. It is something special, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for our champion, Giovanni Bramante. All right, man. He's got his list. First off, congratulations, champ. I get to call you that now. So happy. Tell us a little bit about your winter tour. Just how was it?
It was good. It was pretty complicated at first. And
That's great, man. I love it. Go, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So tell us who's helping you, buddy. I know there's a lot of people here helping you to the championship.
I want to thank God, Disco Dan, my mechanic Keith, my teammate Anthony Ganji and Dylan Tavella, and Tim Hannon, OVRP, Marriott Hotels, Don's Rod Shop, and my mom and my dad.
Congratulations, young man. You are our champion. Hey, and he's going to the World Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Going to the Worlds.